a nice sounding V6 that just has so much get up and go, especially in this weather. Let's go. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are driving a 2016 Nissan Altima 3.5 SL on our channel. This is what the key looks like. Let's fire her up and go take a look outside. I've had a couple of requests on this car, so I decided to make a video of one. I actually had a 2015 Nissan Altima myself. It was a 2.5 SV. My very first college commuter. I gotta say it was a great car. Kind of wish I got the V6 though. Although the 2.5 was not bad at all for its power. But we will talk more about it throughout the actual drive. Now here we have soft touch material everywhere. Actually, this is chrome, looks nice, very infinity leather, feels the same. So getting here in the back, it feels comfortable. I'm 6'2", there's a ton of space, good amount of shoulder room, headroom. We got the cup holders. I actually gotta say, this reminds me a lot of the Infiniti G, like the leather, the air vents. You can see everything works. Well, beside that, feels nice in the back. We have a big, large and wide trunk. You can fit a lot of stuff in there. Plenty of space. And let's go take a look at the engine bay. So here we have a 3.5 liter V6. This is the VQ35 engine. Same engine that you would find in the G35. Although this is the improved version with some changes. Pumps out 270 horsepower. By the papers, I'm sure it's a little bit more than that, but with an ECU tune or some kind of adjustment, you could definitely get this to 300, 310, no problem. So getting in the driver's seat, my favorite part about the Altima in this generation, the seats. The NASA zero gravity seats are seriously the best that I've seen in any midsize sedan of any year ever in this class. They are so comfortable, and after 6 hours you still feel very fresh, not tired at all. We got this interesting trim, nice touch. We got plenty of storage space. Look at how big this compartment is. Dual zone climate, and of course the navigation here isn't the highest quality, although it works well. Touchscreen is responsive to an extent. We have a backup camera. Again, not the highest quality camera, but we do have the sonar system, which is nice. We got the apps. I think this may have Apple CarPlay, although I'm not sure. Let's do a quick wiper test, a quick horn test, and let's get started on our drive. We got the blind spot monitoring system, heated steering wheel, heated seats right here. The Bose audio system, which is a great sounding system that Infiniti uses on a lot of their vehicles. So setting off here in the Altima, This brings a lot of memories back because the driving feel, the suspension, the steering is all very similar to the 2.5 that I had. I love the growl of the V6. It's so quiet, satisfying, and it doesn't even require any effort to get moving. It's just such a torquey, smooth powertrain. Unfortunately, the 2016 and up model years, they have went to imitating fake shifts with the CVT. Not a fan of that, but if you do make it wheel spin and you turn off the traction, it will not imitate the shifts for a little bit. And the ride is magnificent. It's smooth, comfortable, and you can still feel the car pretty well. So it's not like Camry smooth. It's definitely stiffer than that. Let's give her some gas. Oh yeah. This feels great. You can definitely tell when there's a lot of power under the hood, but it is a front wheel drive, so you do have to do your best to control that power, because the car just wants to go here, here. I've also owned a Maxima 3.5 liter 2017, and I have to say overall I never experienced any major torque steer in it. Although, like I said, with front wheel drive cars of this power, you really got to keep them under control. The 2.5 liter is much easier to control. You can just have your hand on the steering wheel, floor it, and it feels good. Here you definitely want to be more cautious. Another thing that I've noticed with the CVT is there's going to be a little bit of a grind if you apply it very smoothly at about 1200 RPM. I've had that with my Maxima and my Altima. So if you apply the throttle lightly and then you keep building speed, this is where you'll feel the grind. The visibility here is good. We can see everything through the mirrors. They are large. And I like the seating position. We have that sporty muscle car inspired hood. I think is super cool what they did. And it's a surprisingly quiet cabin in the Altima. 45, I don't hear any wind noise, no road noise. It feels more like a luxury car. And it rides like a plush luxury sedan. Something closer to the ES350, I would say, ride-wise. Now the brakes here could be a little bit stronger. This specific Altima isn't the strongest on the brakes, so we're gonna have to be careful and mindful of that. Good power. All I can say is very good power. I'm curious as to how this Altima will perform on a straightaway. So we'll see what it does. We'll probably give it a couple of runs, maybe 1 or 2 runs, just to see what it can do. But usually the best way to get the best time out of this car is to give it a little bit of wheel spin with traction off. That way it doesn't simulate any shifts and it just goes. But we'll do a couple iterations, we'll see what we can do, and you will see that up next. All right, so let's do our first run. We're gonna do this with traction on. Drag is reset, 3, 2, 1, let's go. .7 seconds. did our run. Again, keep in mind, today's a warm day. It's 82 degrees. We have a quarter of a tank of gas, but let's look at our times. So we did 0 to 60 in 6.57 seconds according to Draggy. And the quarter mile came in at 14.72 at 98.36. Again, that is what Draggy says. This device here, I think, is more accurate for sure. It's a higher end device. And from the tests that I've seen, this is probably the most accurate device on the market today. And let's see, so 100 to 160 came in 817. And here the trap speed was 99.1 and 1505 quarter mile. Again, keep in mind that here, it doesn't account for the 1 foot roll. It actually adds it in there. So the quarter mile time is always more on here than on Draggy. But that's okay. We're still experimenting. We're gonna try sport mode one more time, see if that changes anything up for us. So we kind of got the gist of how this car performs in general. Let's go over here real quick. I want to do one more run in sport mode here, see if that changes anything up for us. All right, let's come to a full stop real quick. All right, reset the Draggy. All right, 3, 2, 1. .68 seconds. That's better. All right, so that was better. So when there's wheel spin, it definitely moves better because it doesn't do the fake shifts. So here we did a 6.68 0 to 60, and here we did 6.78 0 to 60. And the 1/8 mile was 9.81 at 77.46. And we'll see what it was by our raise box. Now Draggy's saying low satellites for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't look like low satellites at all right now. I don't know why it's saying that. But let's come make a quick U-turn and do one more round. Let's check the U-turn radius. Good U-turn radius. Let's come to a full stop here. All right, traction is disabled. And let's see what we did by race box. So by race box, we did 79 miles per hour on the trap speed. Very nice. We're gonna let the traffic through right now, and we're gonna do one more round. But this time we are going to punch it hard. We're just gonna go. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's go. Punch it. Up, still fake shifts. 6.61. Same thing, honestly. No difference. I just can't get it to stop fake shifting. So 6.6, 6.7 seconds is where we're at today with our time. Here we got 0 to 60 in 6.68 seconds, as you can see. And we also did the 1/8 mile at 9.72 at 77 miles an hour. I also noticed that at higher speed, the steering wheel here feels very light. So it's very easy to turn, not too informative. But I do dig the way the CVT works. It's very instant, it's responsive, it knows exactly what I'm trying to get done. There is a little bit of wind noise coming from that side. I don't know what that is. But I gotta say, I mean, it seems like a healthy Altima, engine transmission wise. We also have the paddles that imitate shifts. If you want to have fun with those, they do work. I have seen a lot of people talk about the tests of these cars that, oh, they can do like 5.7 seconds to 60. I think that is technically possible. I've done around that time on my Maxima, but the only time that it was ever possible to do was on a very cold day with just the right amount of wheel spin, favorable incline, you know, just the most perfect condition you can imagine. Most attempts that you're gonna have on this car, it's gonna be 6.6, 6.7, maybe 6.8. This is also with a quarter tank of fuel, not a full tank, no passenger. If we had a passenger and a full tank, we'd probably be doing around 7 seconds to 60 in these conditions. So not 5.7 seconds. That is a very unique outlier that you can potentially achieve on a super cold day with the transmission not fake shifting. That Honda's definitely trying to get on our tail. There's no camera here, bro. You can go. It just feels very nice to drive this Altima. It's smooth, comfy. So overall, to summarize the test drive, I have to say I've quite enjoyed driving the Altima. It's a great balance of everything. You got good power, very healthy power, a nice sounding V6 that just has so much get up and go, especially in this weather. It feels pleasant being in this cabin. Unfortunately, I can't test the cornering limit in this traffic. I wish I could, but I'm sure it can corner like other sedans of this class, maybe even better. It definitely has a potent suspension. Literally, look at how effortless it is. Suspension takes bumps nicely. That's super cool. Well, folks, this wraps up today's test drive of this Altima. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I gotta say, this is definitely one of my favorite midsize sedans that I've ever driven. I'm sure if I drove the 2015 V6, I'd like it even more because there's no fake shifts and drive, but it is what it is, and I think it's a great ride. But till next time.